Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's Cinema Sunday, grab a cold one, yeah, tune into Gorillas, everybody's there. Big screen flicks, lights turning down, kick back, let's get lost in sound. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove, movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay, on Gorillas Random Thoughts, it's our kind of day. In your worn out jeans with the lights down low, Gorilla's got the flicks, just press play, let's go. Every frame's a story, every song's a beat, feels like home with southern heat. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove, movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay, on Gorilla's Random Thoughts, it's our kind of day. In your worn out jeans with the lights down low, Gorilla's got the flicks, just press play, let's go. Every frame's a story, every song's a beat, feels like home with a southern heat. Cinema Sunday, feel that southern groove, movies and laughter with a laid-back mood. Friends in the chat, we're here to stay, on Gorilla's Random Thoughts, it's our kind of day. So let that film roll, let the credits rise, with Gorilla's crew, it's a sweet surprise. Cinema Sunday, it's our southern style, kicking back together, watching for a while.
And hello everyone, and welcome to the Terminator. It's a watch party where we'll be watching the Terminator on Cosby, and we'll be providing commentary there. So I got the link in the chat there if you want to watch along, or if you watch this on replay, you'll have to get your own copy. Before we get started here, we got a super chat from Bird. There.
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chat's making our cigars sing. Light in the lounge, keep it free. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene. You're the best, better than all the rest. With every puff, we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
And thank you very much for that super sticker there, the eyeballs there. Or the green guy with the eyeballs there. Thank you very much, Eugene. That's very generous of you. And with me, I got PvP. How are you doing?
I'm just tired. I'm just sitting there half asleep because I just ate a big bowl of salad. So I'm just going to lay back and watch the Terminator. That's about it.
Alrighty. And we got Eugene here going, nobody goes home. Nobody else comes through. It's just him and me, Kyle. Possible responses? Blake, you Blake.
I thought there'd be more people. I thought there'd be more people showing up for this classic film.
There
tonight,
should be.
actually.
I'll send out a couple messages here.
I just got to say, unless Curtis Selby shows up with his classic Billy Idol picture in the Cosme, it's just not quite the same, you know. Because I do think that's one of the most hilarious Avatar pictures I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, we got little Linda Hamilton on this. Like, where's all the horny guys? They're not showing up to watch little Linda Hamilton in a movie. Like, come on, guys. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta line up and watch Linda, right? Anyway,
Oh yeah. The
I'm just
original badass woman. You
well,
know, when you make a woman a badass.
I think when I think of badass women, I think of Emma Peel back in the 1960s Avengers show. Because she would flip guys on their head and kick their ass back then in the 60s.
Yeah, but this woman will just fucking shoot you.
Yeah, well, it was a TV show, so they stayed away from the gun violence, even though there's an occasional gun, but still, she could knock a guy out in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. But YouTube Bird's giving us the live else there. So let's go ahead and hit play. Hopefully.
Here we go. Hopefully you got a good, reliable source here tonight, Gorilla.
Yeah, me too.
Since Germ seems to be nowhere to be found, and he's usually a good, reliable backup if there's a problem, So far, I got a blank screen here.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting it loaded up right now.
Okie dokie. Oh, there we go. Okay, I see a nice picture of Arnie.
There we go.
Okay.
Maybe they will come still. Maybe.
Well, so far it's not. Okay, it's. Yeah, so far it's. The sound is fine, but the picture is kind of herky jerky so far. Okay.
Well, here's. Do you want to?
I'm just gonna give it a minute and see if it settles down, but so far the picture is pretty slow.
Well, here's the link in the private chat. You can link up.
Let's see.
Why isn't it played?
Oh, what's this? Google suspects I'm a robot? What the hell is this?
I don't know. Play it, play it.
What's the timestamp out there, Growing?
Right now it is 1:43. Machine grows for the ashes of nuclear fire. They're
143.
Yep. Now it's 1:53. Yeah. It's been a long time since I see the them. They're always good. They're funny guy never took president. We got a lot. Why the hell's llama spelled with 2 fucking M's? Or L's, I mean.
What's that?
Why is llama spelled with 2 fucking L's? Hey,
what?
where's my equal representation? Where's my equal representation? We have to see Arnold.
Well, now I know why.
Almost
Now I
equal
know. I now know why you picked the Terminator series, girl, because you want to see some naked beefcake.
Hey, I want to see Linda Hamilton, not Arnold.
Yeah, but we don't ever get to see Linda's ass in this movie, do we?
Oh, fuck.
And I know that's what you look at that. Look at that. Look at that's Arnie in his prime butt cheek years, so I gotta say.
So you're the one looking at his ass.
Well, I mean, how can you miss his ass? It's like right there in the middle of the screen, right? I gotta say though, Arnie was in pretty damn good shape. Well, he worked out like for years, so no wonder he looked great. But holy shit, we never got to see Linda. I wish we see because Linda was in pretty good shape back then too, and I would have loved to have seen her butt. These guys are goofballs. You know, I'd forgotten how funny this is. Yeah, the guy with the blue hair says he's short of a six pack. Like, seriously, dude.
Oh, this back when the cops actually did something?
You know, if any guy that in that good a shape as Arnie, like you can tell that guy's a muscle man, works out with lifting weights every day. If a guy that strong looking walked up to me and asked me for my jacket, I'd fucking give him my jacket. I can always buy a new jacket. I can't buy a new heart after he's ripped it out of my chest, right? Oh, it's this. This is what's his name? Hamilton's son from the future, right? I guess I shouldn't give away
I'm not
spoilers,
sure.
though. Even though this movie's like over 20 years, what 40 years old now, isn't it? Holy crap! Holy,
Yeah. Wonder
God,
if
I
he
feel
gets
old.
a modesty patch there. Yeah, probably.
Bum, 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 bum. It sounds like James Cam. No. What am I thinking? Not James Cameron. I'm thinking of the guy that escaped from New York. Sounds like his kind of music.
That's how a bitch took my pants.
Nice flip.
Yeah.
Hmm. So much for that. Ooh. When he asked the cop what year, that always reminded me of that McCoy moment in Sitting on the Edge of Forever, where he goes, "What planet is this?"
Yeah.
Classic stuff. Classic stuff. Like, I mean, seriously, if some lunatic pin you to the fucking alley wall and ask you what fucking year it is, like, I'd be like, please just leave. Just go away, man. You've been smoking something. You've been smoking too much crack or something. But this is Sarah Connor's future son, if I remember correctly. Because sorry if I gave anybody spoilers, but if you haven't seen this movie in the last 41 years, it's like, sorry.
No spoilers.
Okay, I'll shut the fuck up. It's actually just some crazy crack addict that has nothing to do with the storyline. Does that sound better, Gorilla? Hmm. Did Cameron do this on a low budget? Like, how much money did he have when he did this? Anybody know?
I can Google it real quick.
I wish Mikey was here because he could tell us all these details.
Budget was 6.4 million.
How much?
6.4 million.
Okay, back in 1984, I think this was. It's probably an average budget for a movie back in those days. Movies used to be a hell of a lot cheaper back then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I miss the days when they could make a movie this good for like $6 million, and now they make a movie for like $200 million, and it sucks dog turds, right? It's like, man, times have changed. There she is. I gotta say, Sarah Hamilton was pretty good looking woman back in her day. She's got great buns. Yeah, she looks pretty nice. My kind of girl. At least back in the 80s, she would have been perfect. Hey, Gorilla, did you have to punch in with a time clock at your job like that?
Yeah.
Wow. So if you're even like
my last job, there was you use your thumb. clock in, but this
So if you're
just
even like 10,
I started.
if you're even like 10 minutes late, your boss is gonna rag on you. Is that the thing?
No, usually if I'm gonna be 10 minutes late, I usually just text them, go, "Hey, I got this to do." They give us like a 5 minute grace period, as long as you don't abuse
Well,
it.
that's good at least. Yeah. I don't have to punch in because I work at home, but if I don't get my shift started within about 10 or 15 minutes after I should, if I sleep in or something, I'll get a phone call saying, "Hey, when are you starting your shift?" And I'll be like, "Oh fuck, my alarm didn't go off again." So yeah, you always got to get that. Try and get that start time when you should start. Oh, this little bastard! You little bastard!
Yeah.
Yeah, in 100 years, I ain't gonna care because I'll be fucking dead. Oh shit!
This must be before the NFJ.
I can't remember. Does Arnie kill the gun dealer or does he let him live? This is why I never wanted to own a gun shop because there's always going to be that day when some lunatic out of his mind walks in and says, "Let me get that off the shelf," and then he blows you away. You might close permanently. That's what I was afraid of. He closed early, all right, permanently. That's just wrong. You don't have to kill the guy, but I get it. Arnie's not a nice guy in this movie. That sounds like John Carpenter music to me. You know what I mean? It sounds like John Carpenter music.
Maybe.
Well, I remember like Escape from New York, and it's kind of got that synthesizer kind of music going in the background. I don't know. Mm, ouch.
But Dick, you ran over the kid's toy.
Well, Arnie is a dick in this movie, unfortunately. Thing is, too, he should be a little more specific about which Sarah Connor he's looking for. You see, Arnie, you've got to get more accurate, as the collateral damage is going to catch up with you because the authorities are going to get the hang of what you're doing. Actually, Arnie's character is kind of dumb in this movie, isn't he? In a lot of ways. Well, that's one good thing about not having phone books anymore, right? Makes it harder for them to for the crazed lunatics that want to murder you to look up your name. Nice. I could do without the '80s music.
Don't you love these?
I There's some '80s music that's great, and some of it's just kind of generic garbage. The best music is the 70s. Okay, we're going to the future. This is the future here, right? Oh God. I still
Yeah,
say that sounds like John Carpenter music.
making those all.
This music would be right at home in Escape from New York. Bum, 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 bum. Great music. Actually, I love this. Bum, 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 bum.
This must be the future one. He says, "Baby, cool, Sarah."
Yeah, it's very cool. Ouch.
Shit, that we're rubbed out there. The calls for her girlfriend. That's hilarious. I remember that now. That's funny. Yeah.
He sounds like a creep.
Oh, I something else are off.
Oh, hey, that's what's his pickle. I recognize this guy. Okay, Gorilla, inform me. Who's this dude?
Which one? The black guy?
The black guy.
I don't know.
Damn, we need Mikey here because he would have already been Googling him. He's been in
Like,
tons of stuff. I can't remember who
yeah,
he was. No. Even that guy looks familiar. Shit.
is that Chino Williams? No, that's truck driver.
I have no idea. I mean, I know some of this crap, but I usually just show up to watch the movie, not do a history lesson on the history of every actor in the damn thing. But
Halvakovich. The Terminator, the detective portrayed by Lance Hendrickson is named Hal. So that's Lance Hendrickson. Speaking of assholes, hey, Dan, how's it going?
I
Hey,
just,
Gorilla.
hey there,
Hey there,
Well,
baby.
nice to finally have somebody else in the panel instead of the two of us. Like, this
Oh, I
was
see
weird.
how-
I thought Mikey and Germ would show up for sure tonight for this film, but
Yeah.
I see what
Well,
rank PvP. My company's not good enough.
well, PvP. I think either Gorilla did not do the notifications for YouTube, or I did not do a notification for Gorilla's live stream tonight.
could be. Oh yeah, I just
you-
want to read. You want to read Bird's comment there, Gorilla? Spidey did do a stream today, and he had a local beer that he showed us, and it was the Gorilla beer, and it had the image on the can that looked a lot like you.
Oh, nice. I saw to check out that stream. Say grill a few more times, he will appear. Oh,
By the way, that the black guy, it was Paul Winfield. I knew I recognized him because he was a big actor in his day. Hey, remember Paul Winfield? He was the guy in Star Trek II Wrath of Khan that had the earworm put in his ear, right?
Yes.
So he was a major actor in his day.
yeah. LC 1980s hair, James Cameron. Put a ring on that.
I knew I'd seen him in other shit. Yeah. So he would have done this, what, 2 years after he did Wrath of Khan, I'm guessing then.
I think this one came out in '87. I think it did.
It was 84, I believe, actually, Dan.
What? This movie, 84.
This is 2 years after Wrath of Khan, so. But I remember Wrath of Khan, he was the commander of the ship that Chekhov was on, and they made the mistake of beaming down to Khan's planet and getting the earworms stuck in their ears, and then later in the movie, he phasered himself out of existence, I remember. So, yeah.
Yes.
Don't tell me the Terminator comes and exterminates both of them while they're making love.
I believe you answered your own question, PvP.
Yeah, I forgot. I've forgotten more of this movie than I realized because it's been a long time since I watched it, actually. I gotta say though, Arnie is a very dark character in this movie.
Well, of course, he's the villain.
Well, yeah, but it's totally flip flops in the second movie, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. So they didn't have identical names, had nothing to do with it. Okay. Sounds like mainstream media, all right.
Mm. I would say this. I've seen the Terminator a few times, or a lot of times as a kid, and I would say a few scenes in this movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah, I actually think this first film is almost scarier than the second movie because it's more unpredictable at this point, right? Like you don't know exactly what the hell is going on.
Well, I would say this. The first one's more like a sci-fi thriller. The second one's more like sci-fi action, family friendly sort.
But in
Somewhat.
the second film, we kind of figure out early on that it's a different scenario with Arnie, right?
Yes.
Whereas in this one, we know Arnie's bad, but we don't know when he's going to actually show up in her life because he's going through the phone book and killing every Sarah he can find.
Yeah, and they do say why that later on in the movie in an interrogation scene, disguised for exposition.
Yeah, I mean, I like both films. I think both films are great. I know the second film has got better production values, a bigger budget, and overall, it is probably a more entertaining film because of the action scenes. And you got the T2 or whatever with what's the guy? He was in X Files towards the end of the run. Um, Good actor playing the T2. So yeah, that was a great film, great action movie.
I think his name was Robert Pattinson or something.
Yeah,
No, no.
Patterson, yeah, something like that. Yeah, definitely something like that. Yeah, yeah. He was really good in it. But I think this first movie, even with the lower budget, and the more simplistic storyline in a way, I think it's just as good because of the suspense. Because we just don't know when Arnie's going to finally find her, right?
Yeah. And Homemade
Yeah,
Burger says, damn good movie. Yes, it is.
it is, and I think it sucks that he's going to kill her roommate because
Don't spoil.
It's inevitable, though, is it not?
I gave no spoilers away. I just inferred for PvP.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. But let's face it, he's been going the phone book for every address with Sarah Connor, and this is another address, so. Hey, I think it sucked.
Wait a minute. Gorilla, are you replaying the movie from the very beginning?
We have
No.
been.
Shit, did I?
Yeah, I think he did.
I'm
Where we
31 minutes. I'm 31 minutes into the movie now.
Shit. Why didn't you say something? Anyway.
I did not notice until the phone book scene.
I accidentally clicked something.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the look movie that Link the Gorilla sent me is playing perfect there.
Okay.
And we're at
We're at
32
30:11. We're at 30:11.
I'm at 31:40 here.
Yeah, I
So
think
you're gonna be about a minute ahead of us.
I'm watching the same link as you are, Gorilla. And Cosby.
Yeah, I know. But PvP is it because his computer was slugging out.
Well, yeah, it's pixelated for me, so I just watched it on the other link, and it's working beautifully. I might be a bit ahead, but probably not much.
About a minute.
It's like, hey, he should get his facts straight before he goes around murdering people.
He's a Terminator. He doesn't think like that.
Yeah, I know. He's a machine. He's got a program, not a brain. I get it.
Well,
he's like a politician. He's got a program, not a brain, right?
Well, I could delve deep into the lore of this franchise, but I'm not going to go into it because we don't want to be all day and watch the movie and hear me blabber on about facts or lore of the universe.
Yeah, I'm just kind of. I don't want to spoil anything because I've already given a few spoilers. So I'm just going to watch it, and we can talk about it backstage later if Grilla likes. Bum, 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 bum. I still think a lot of the music in this sounds like something John Carpenter would have wrote for his films.
Yeah.
It sounds like something from Escape from New York. It really does.
Yeah, they're going real slow motion with this.
I can't believe that they took out the original gunshot sounds and they replaced it with weaker versions.
Did they? I
Well, the
never
version
noticed.
well the version that I'm watching here.
Huh. I love how the cop says you're in a public place, so you'll be safe. Says, when the hell have you been safe in a public place? Sometimes public places can be worse than private places. Ouch. Ooh, oh, that didn't sound good.
And unknown to her, she just gave the Terminator her location.
I'm guessing though he doesn't know what she looks like, so.
He will soon enough.
But you wouldn't think he'd have a recognition software of her face, but maybe he does. I haven't watched this movie in years. I actually forgotten a lot of this movie.
It's Los Angeles. Define a hot minute in Los Angeles time.
It definitely has an '80s feel to it. I remember those skinny ties in the '80s. Here we go.
Yeah, the guy was trying to say, "Get a grip."
Yeah.
You think you'd get that shotgun into a nightclub today, guys? You think you'd sneak that one in under your coat now?
No, I highly doubt it.
You know,
I highly doubt it. Wow.
Tell me, PP, do you like this type of music?
Well, it's movie music. It kind of works within the scene. It's not the best music in the movie. As I said earlier to Grow, I said some of the earlier music sounded like something like John Carpenter would have done, like in Escape from New York or one of those films. And I kind of really like John Carpenter's film scores. He usually wrote his own music, and it was pretty good. That last scene in the disco or whatever was, I gotta say, that was kind of lame music actually. It was okay. It was action movie music, right? Like nothing special. We're definitely getting into the action part of the movie, though. Now, that's for sure.
well, that's one way to get that place cleared out.
Now, see, that's starting to sound like John Carpenter's Escape from New York music again. Because he did a lot of that synthesizer shit, right? Holy shit. Well, anybody that had an insurance policy on those cars probably out of luck now. Oh, Oh, oh. Ouch. Oh, 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 God.
Well, Sarah Connor's in shock.
You know, if I was that cop, I'd get back in my car and get the fuck out of there.
But
Oh, at least he didn't kill him. He only crushed his skull in. That cop will probably recover out after some extensive brain surgery. That car does not sound like it's running very well. Ugh. Jesus.
yeah, it's amazing how many of these alleys that they can fit a card out.
Okay, well this movie's 44 years old, so we should have them by now, right?
Yeah.
Because they said they'll be making them in 40 years, so we should have Terminators walking around.
To that point, I would say they were partly correct.
But I always love how science fiction movies always predict the future, but they get the date wrong completely, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's like when Stanley Kubrick made 2001, 1968, 2001. Nope, didn't happen. Blade Runner was what, Los Angeles in 1984. Didn't happen. They always get the dates wrong because they predict them
Yeah.
too early, right?
Yeah. And hey, Drew
And
24.
we don't advance that quickly. That's one thing I like about Star Trek. It takes place in the 22nd century. It's like, I'm figuring, yeah, with a bit of luck, maybe we'll be there in 200 years, right? But we're not there now,
Yeah, but they got the eugenics wars wrong.
Totally.
Well, I would say this: if they were correct, then Gorilla and me would not be here.
You'd all
Yeah.
be dead.
And yeah, and hey, Drew. Join the watch party. Links
Yeah,
in.
come on, join us.
There's only two of us watching.
Yeah, I sort of switched out since the cosmetics not working very well for me.
Well, there's three of us watching, actually, technically,
Yeah, we are.
because I'm watching it.
So am I.
I'm just watching it in the much better channel that is working for me, because Gorilla's, Gorilla's Cosme Link is often kind of herky-jerky for me, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And since Germ didn't grace us with his presence tonight, he often gives us his link. He wasn't here, so it's like.
Well, Gorilla made me a moderator on through Cosby. He can have me do it again.
It's working fine here. I ain't complaining at all.
Yeah, we're already.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, and he says the first Terminator movie. Yep, working.
I'm just really surprised Mikey never showed up tonight, because I thought Mikey would love this movie. He must be busy with something else. He must have something else going on.
Gorilla, what is your time step roughly on the pace you're watching it at?
44:16.
So mine's about 8 seconds ahead of you on my source.
Yeah, see, I'm at 45:52 right now. So I'm probably like a minute ahead of you guys, but it's still working fine. It's playing great here, actually. It's really playing great.
So I take it that you're in the future then, PvP?
Yes, I'm in the future.
Have you learned anything to bring back to the past to enlighten us?
Since I'm only about a minute and a half in the future, I haven't learned that much to be of an advantage.
I will say this, for this movie, there is a lot of religious subtext too. I mean, if you ever noticed the name John Connor with his initials for another figure in history.
Oh, you're talking about JC?
Yes.
Well, he is supposed to be the savior figure of the human race, isn't he?
Yes.
And that makes total sense, actually. Yeah. I do like it when directors and writers work that shit into their material, though. That does make it a lot more interesting. But that's one reason why I love classic TOS Star Trek so much, because they took so much stuff like out of Shakespeare and ancient history and worked it into the storylines. And that's one reason that's one of my favorite shows, because they were always working like stuff like that into the storyline. Can you imagine how freaky that would be? She's hearing this guy that's like in his 20s saying he's her unborn son. She's like, what the fuck? She's probably thinking he's totally loony right at this point.
Well, from her viewpoint, yes, he is.
This is one problem I have with time travel stories, though. As much as they can be fun, there's a lot of times when they just don't make any damn sense.
Hey, Scotty, how's it going?
Holy crap! I gotta turn it down. I couldn't hear anything you guys are saying. That's loud. Holy fuck.
Hey,
So, Scotty, do you know how to make the Enterprise get up to warp speed yet?
oh, did you give the word? No, this is one of my favorite movies. I love the Terminator. I'm not going to speak over Michael Bean.
And Gorilla said the budget of this is only around $6 million.
I'll look it up.
I
But
think he
yeah,
said
that sounds. It was cheap. It was an indie movie. This was an indie
6 point
movie.
something. And well, the thing was, back in the 70s and 80s, the movies were cheap, right?
Well,
I mean, they made some of the greatest movies in history in the 70s and 80s for like a handful of dollars, right? Like jack shit compared to today.
yes. Plus, they were very limited in technology too.
Well, this movie doesn't look limited to me, I gotta say.
$6.5 million.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
now we have $200 million bloated pieces of crap that nobody even wants to look at.
Well, don't forget that Jim Cameron makes those $200 million bloated pieces
And
of
that's
crap.
why I have no interest in ever seeing an Avatar movie at
Fair
all.
enough, man. Fair enough. This is way better.
Oh, fuck, 10 times better, yeah.
I will say this: probably most of the movie budgets for those big blockbusters are towards CGI and the bloated egos of the actors to say, "Oh, since I'm in a major movie, I want $20 million out of the movie budget just for myself."
Well, the thing is, CGI didn't exist when this movie was made, for one thing.
Yeah, well, if it did, it was very limited.
No, I think they finally got CGI into the Terminator 2 movie, right? With with the T2, that was like probably CGI shit, right?
Well, yeah, but it was good CGI shit.
Oh,
Don't
great!
knock
I
it.
love Terminator. Hey, T2 is probably my favorite, even though I think this movie is pretty close in quality and enjoyment level. But yeah, I think this is a little bit before that technology was coming into play, right?
You gotta love that shotgun fight.
Yeah. Oh no, this is such a good action scene. This is amazing with them blasting each other side by side. No, they'll kill you. And then Arnold just walks away from it like it's nothing. He vanishes like a ghost. This is a slasher movie. This is a cyborg slasher movie. Time travel cyborg slasher movie.
Yes, it is. I will say that Sarah Connor just saved the car race's ass with the cops.
Yeah. And hey, Scurvy.
Hey, Lemon.
Scotty, I fed up being a minor
Hey, Lemon.
Slowed down cause of minor stir.
I just paused my link that you sent me, Gorilla, because I'm probably a couple of minutes ahead, so I'm just letting it catch up.
So in some ways, a smaller budget is a blessing since it forces them to be more creative, so spending special effects. Yes, exactly.
Oh,
well, I remember when they cut the budget to season 3 of TOS, and NBC was obviously trying to kill the show off. Like, they really wanted to kill the show. But there's probably at least 8 or 9 of my favorite episodes of the whole series that's in season 3. Because there's some really great episodes they produced on a shoestring budget just because they got creative. And they still had some good writers. I think DC Fontana wrote a few. And, we still have some real high talent working on the show. And, It's like one of my favorite season 3 is like Spectre of the Gun, where they did the Western one, which was awesome because I love Westerns. And to see Kirk and, Spock and, Scotty and Chekhov in a Western scenario was so cool. I loved it, right? And I love the Western town that was like half there because the Malkotians took it all out of Kirk's memories, right? And his memories was totally incomplete of the Old West, right? So it worked beautifully,
This is so rad when he does self-surgery because of all of the shotgun blasts he took.
Oh, shit.
This is cyborg amazing special effects.
Yeah, and in this
look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and this was sort of my point. CGI, they probably did use CGI. It was very in its early stages in the 80s and 90s. So if they use CGI, if I was very limited and not very good, since it was still in the early stages.
I think these
the targeting computer, I guess, when he's trying to decide his dialogue option.
Well, what's the timeline? CGI. What's the timeline? I need the timeline because I'm out of sync.
Well, we're currently opening up robot wrist.
Yeah, but what's the timeline? 5240? 5240? Okay.
Yeah.
40, okay. 50 now, 52, 50 now.
Now for that arm scene, that's they either built that robotic arm to show, or that's very limited CGI right there.
That's a physical. Yeah, that's absolutely something.
The eye, you can tell the eyeball and the arm, they're practical effects.
Not CGI.
I'm old enough to know the difference. Believe me, I can tell.
Me too, man.
Hey, Germ, how's it going?
Hey, Resolute.
Hey, about time you showed up there, Germ.
Yeah,
Hey,
H1, Hey, H1. Yeah. How are you doing, Germ?
Not too bad.
So have you ever seen the Terminator?
Anyone who says they haven't watched the Terminator before is lying to you.
Well, and if they haven't, they're in for a treat. Come on.
Yeah, there's even movies that old I probably haven't seen, but Terminator I've probably seen at least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I love Lance Henriksen and Captain Terrell. What's his name? Paul Winfield. Ed Bowen. This entire cast is just stacked.
Yeah, Paul Winfield from Wrath of Khan, right? He was in this earlier.
Temba, his arms wide.
All right.
Well, he got the earworms too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
all right. Well,
I love how this cop is just go along with the story, listening to it.
Yeah. I would like to hear this exposition scene.
Okay, I'm shutting up now.
It's all right, PP. I just would like to hear this. Oh, too late. I mean, I've seen the movie plenty of times. But it's always nice to hear some old dialogue too, though.
Yeah. I just love how the cop plays along with it.
Well, he's humoring him probably.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, the eyeball scene.
Now that you can tell that's total fake practical mask there. It's still gross.
Oh, this is so
still
rad.
Gross, but
the sound on it too.
Oh, I love you got to get the sound of the flesh being cut and the eyeball being pulled out. Like, yeah, of course, it's gross.
And he digs in and does a little swirl. It's great.
Oh,
he's
God.
good at it.
Ugh. Now you can tell that's not Arnie's real face there.
No,
yeah,
of course
not. Yeah, that's a practical puppet right there.
Totally. Yeah. You know, that does date quite a bit from 1984, right, guys? That does look very dated visually.
Yeah, and
even though it's so awesome, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it does look like 1984 shit.
Yeah, and I will say this: there probably is some fan that probably did a complete CGI or CGI mixed practical effect to get that scene just right to make it look more modern. Probably a fan probably did that scene with CGI a little bit.
There is something
they just lifted from T2.
But there's also something perfect about the transition between when we are looking at the puppet and the puppet puts on the sunglasses and then it's Arnold again. And it's like, no, that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
The thing is, practical effects, I think, in the 80s were amazing, actually. I mean, every time I think of great practicals,
No, we
I
got
go
the time travel exposition.
No, I just go back to a film like John Carpenter's The Thing, right? And a movie like The Thing was all practical, and it was scary as hell. Oh, good God.
I love the enthusiasm from Dr. Silverman.
He sounds like he should be a man in the media in 2025. Because they love dealing in delusions now, don't they?
Who doesn't?
Good old Paul Winfield smoking a cigarette.
And I believe that scene just answered your question to why the Terminator had trouble finding Sarah Connor.
Well, there were like 18,000 people with their name in the phone book was the problem, right, Dan?
Yes.
That's why he killed like 3 or 4 of them before he found her.
Yes, and he also said that.
Oh, that's so.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, and I will say this, VP. He said that Skynet, the main artificial adversary, that's John Connor's mother's records were lost mostly during the war, so that he only had her name and the city that she was from or born in. That's why the Terminator was being systematic in its search for Sarah Connor.
Yeah, I get that, but it's unfortunate he didn't have like at least the parameters of like her age, because then a lot of innocent people wouldn't have died, right?
Yeah.
Well, only 1.
2 actually.
3.
No, he killed like 2 or 3 before he got to Sarah.
Oh, and Dick Miller, yeah.
What's the guy in the background just now there? Anybody remember him?
Lance Henriksen?
The guy in the blue shirt.
Lance Henriksen.
And he was in what?
Aliens, Pumpkinhead.
Aliens. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, now I got it. Okay, I got it now.
After Dark.
Yeah. All right. H1 says the special like button and to check out the channel. Thank you very much. Say hello to everyone. And
Hello.
Scurvy says I'll be back. Wrong movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing is,
God.
the best special practical effects ever. Yeah. Everyone is closer to Skynet.
And I
It's
just
hidden
love it
AI.
how
Guys,
that
don't
we need-
over the chat.
That's a bad night to be on the night shift.
I'm talking to you, PvP.
I will say this. I find it hilarious how the psychiatrist and the Terminator just passed each other, and the psychiatrist does not know that's the Terminator.
Not until Terminator 3. Or
2,
2,
actually.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, there was more chat, wasn't there, Gorilla?
There's your classic line, guys. You're talking
it?
over it.
Well, no, I'm trying to help.
I didn't talk over that line.
I'll stop helping.
Neither did
Well,
I.
there is. And hey, Suzanne, how's it going?
Suzanne!
Hey,
Hey,
Suzanne.
If you want to watch along, I made sure to ask people not to put pictures in the chat for you. In the Cosby chat.
Holy shit.
You know you
Well,
can. That.
Well, he's dead.
I knew it was going to be a bad night for that guy on the night shift. I just knew it.
I blame the mustache.
I
What
was
was that, Jerm?
You can block
Holy shit.
what they put into chat.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, no, this is a massacre. It's great.
It's like, seriously, dude, you need to kill everybody?
Yes.
Well, to him,
Fuck.
they're obstacles, PvP. That's why.
They
They're
are
Yeah, I
shooting at
know
him.
they're obstacles, but
Jerm, how
man,
do you
it's
do that?
okay. I get it. It's an action movie. I get it. Obviously,
You can
of
turn
course-
off. You can turn off the chat.
Of course, he has to kill everybody. Of course, that's
It's in
what
the
he does.
settings.
Of course, he's a Terminator.
Well,
At
that's
least
not
they used to have this setting to turn off the chat.
See, that's Sithan. That's CGI.
That's rude.
Computer graphic imagery.
Nice move. Oh boy.
Is that what CGI stands for? Computer
Yes,
graphic imagery?
right.
Okay.
Ooh, nice move.
Yeah, no, this is all rad. Have you ever seen Assault on Precinct 13? Well, you just did.
Was that a John Carpenter movie as well?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was, sir.
I was just talking about how much the music in this reminds you of John Carpenter's music.
Oh no, I love the music in this. It's more
No.
electronic.
But yeah,
Well,
but remember Escape from New York? It was all synthesizer stuff.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And it reminded me so much of that movie when earlier on in the film when it was all synthesized, music. Very similar.
Whoa,
Very
what's
similar.
the name of the? Oh, I'm gonna find out the name of the composer for this film because
I think that was a big deal
brilliant.
in music soundtracks in the 80s. Was it not like synthesized music?
Boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, boom.
Oh God, he's gonna get killed. Oh fuck.
Ouch.
I didn't want to see Paul Winfield get killed.
You've seen it before. Get used to it.
Oh, there you go. They
He's
killed
dead.
the token black guy.
Fuck.
Is there another black guy in this movie? I don't think there is.
No, they killed the token.
No, he's dead.
Today we mourn we mourn the loss of our token black player man in the Terminator movie. At least he made it to 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Paul Winfield is many things, but he is not a token black man. The guy who did the score is Brad Fidel.
Yeah. Let's
Was he
see.
related to
Hello,
Castro?
I'm not getting a notification. Sorry to hear that, Suzanne. And hello.
This
Thank
is
you.
total John
And
Carpenter
what do you
music
mean,
here. I'm
Rock
sorry.
movie? You are not
Yeah,
watching
it's
Terminator?
good. It's good.
I was
That's
thinking
great.
Predator.
That's why I
okay?
like it.
I was thinking Predator.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
I will say this: the '80s and early '90s were Arnold's decade for sure.
Sure.
Well, yeah, because Arnold was young. He had the bodybuilder physique, and he was keeping in shape. Now he's old and fat. So which happens to everybody eventually, pretty much.
Not Sylvester Stallone, who was also in his prime.
Isn't he? He's not gotten fat. Okay.
No, he takes
No, he's still on the road.
allegedly human growth hormone. No, he's still cut.
Not allegedly. He fully admits it.
Oh,
He
okay.
takes a little bit of testosterone, not
He's not on the steroids.
not as lot as you would if you're a professional athlete, but just enough to take your tone.
Well,
Okay.
how old is he?
He got it.
79.
He got it from Susan Sarandon.
I haven't
You make it
checked
sound
him
like a cold.
I haven't checked him out in a long time, so that's cool.
Oh no! Apparently, Tulsa King is good. I haven't seen it.
I will say this: Stallone, he stayed in the field of acting and directing. Arnold, he left that to become a politician for California.
Yes,
he was the governor there for a while, was he not?
Yeah, for
Yes.
8 years.
well, he had ambitions.
That'll make you get lazy and fat being the governor of California for 8 years.
Well, he had ambitions of being president, but then that sort of fell apart because of scandal.
Well, he wasn't. He was an Austrian, so he could never be president because
There
you have
were
to be born in the
talks.
USA.
There were talks. Don't forget, he was married to a Kennedy until he decided.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you fucking marry. If you weren't born in the USA, you
Tell
can
that
never be
to
president.
any
It's in the
politician.
Constitution. You got to be born as an American citizen in the USA to be president.
Yes, he
I
did.
Demolition
agree.
Man.
That never
Demolition
stopped
Man
Obama.
says when they passed the whatever amendment
Oh,
and they
fuck
made
Obama.
it possible. Well, I'm just
It's
saying.
in Article
Obama can
1
eat
of
my
the
fucking story.
Constitution.
Can we just watch Terminator? I didn't know we were going to get into Arnold Schwarzenegger ruling. That's what I want. Another Austrian in power.
All right. Well, I'll just clarify this. They don't want anyone that's born with dual citizenship from another country. In other words, because they fear that that citizen will have their home country first and their other home country second.
You have to be born an American citizen to be president. Period.
That's why we can never be president, PvP.
I don't want to be president. It's too
I
much. hassle.
kind of, come on, it'd be fun.
Hey, if you could be president, I'd vote to deport you to the USA. There, guy.
And I would be,
No, you
I would be killed immediately.
Anyway, back to them. I'm going to watch the rest of the movie. I'm going to.
Oh, thank heavens!
I speak for the whole of the United States. Neither of you are allowed to cross the border again.
Oh, come on! I want to go to the Tidenagarda to go see the Star Trek, bridge in upstate New York. I want to go there, and I want to go to the Smog Castle.
I said America. That doesn't include New York.
So New York and New Jersey are okay?
Hell, New Jersey doesn't
Jersey,
even claim.
maybe.
Oh, no, New Jersey doesn't even claim New Jersey.
Well, I will. I'm a fan of New Jersey.
Oh, my little friend.
So, like, this. We're not there yet, but I hope everyone's buckled up and ready to see the Sarah Connor orgasm phase.
Well, I will say, when that scene comes, Gorilla will have a field day. Say, hey, like, my equal representation is here.
We don't quite get that much.
Yeah, but there's boob. There's areola. But this is the Nom flashback to what it's like in the future. Doesn't he have a Nom flashback in the future? Or is that later? Oh no, this is No Fate. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, he gets field dressing now. Although all that's missing is some ranch dressing for him, and that's a joke.
Was it? Salad dressing joke. Come on, seriously. Good. It's an Italian dressing. Ba-dum-bum.
Either that flying craft is CGI or a animatronic right there.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's a model. They actually, they did special effects in camera with this. I don't know if they digitally edited things out. See, that's CGI. Your targeting systems are CGI. Those are computer generated images.
Yeah, it would have been model work back then, right? Right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like the landscapes, everything. Forced perspective.
Actually, I think that's more impressive. I miss practical effects. I really do. Because the guys back, even in the 80s, they still had the talent and the skill to create some amazing shit like that. We've lost a lot of that talent, I think.
I think it still exists.
Well, maybe it exists, but they don't use it enough. And if they don't use it, it's going to fade away, right?
I think it's more complex than that.
Well, I hope you're right. I just do think a lot of stuff I've seen in the last 20 years that relied heavily on CGI I think it just looks fake. I really do. I think it looks phony. Because I'm old enough to know.
Well, we're stuck with it because they literally can't do this anymore. They don't have anyone who ever worked on it still working, so they have to reinvent it from scratch.
Well, they should try because I think practical effects ruled. I still do.
Special effects are in service to the story, and if you don't pay attention to them, much like everything else, like if you don't pay attention to special effects, if you don't see Michael Biehn and you see Kyle Reese,
Yeah.
like if you,
Point is,
it's your suspension of disbelief in being introduced and overwhelmed by the art itself. And then after the fact, you can say whatever you want in terms of critique.
I don't care how good the story and the acting is, though, Scotty. If they go to scene after scene of really shitty CGI that looks totally stupid and fake, I'm right out of the movie. I'm done. I'm just like, fuck this movie, right?
Yeah, and PvP, that's sort of the problem. They overuse it.
Well, we've seen movies in the last 20 years where there's like 10,000 things happening in the scene all at once, and no human being's eyeballs and brain can function on the level where you're gonna sink in like 1,000 things happening every second.
But that's
that way.
That's the thing, is that I think that one of the most beautiful moments in the Terminator is when Kyle sees the picture of Sarah that is taken at the end of the movie, and then it is overcome by like animated lasers and like this action beat and what was taken away from him. Like it is very much the story. And these special effects, I think they are dated, but I don't care because everything just sort of works.
That's the point. I'm trying to make the point. It either works.
It's a whole salad.
And I love this. Did you see his red eyeballs there for a second? I mean,
I did see the red eyeball.
You guys, but
yes,
that's totally Terminator eyeballs. Like that was cool.
Yeah, I demon from hell, and that's the reference.
Yeah. Well, he is like a. I guess religious people would say he's a demonic force because he's against humanity and trying to destroy us, right?
Yeah.
Just like Satan himself.
Yeah.
Sorry if I got too deep there, but
Kirby said, President PvP, we are out of eggnog. What do we do?
Okay, what's the comment? Well, we panic, and it's like that old heavy metal song. We run to the hills.
Run for your life.
You're asking me for fucking advice on a Sunday night when I got to go to bed soon. Like, sorry, I'm just watching a crazy action movie. I'm just not in the
lemon. It's very
I'm not giving out sage like advice right now. Sorry.
I love this. See?
That's
great. And this is CGI, did.
I gotta love Arnie's lines. Arnie's got such good lines. That's totally fake practical right there. And it's still fun though. It still looks good enough, right?
Yes. That man's shoulder hair is real. Anyway.
Well, it's like at the beginning of the movie when I was teasing Gorilla Scotty about Arnie's butt cheeks, and I was like, well, those are real.
Yeah, notice that PvP is the one talking about the guy's ass.
Well, you're always talking about equal representation, and I follow that one. I sure wish we could have seen Sarah Connor's ass.
We get to see her boobs, yo.
We don't.
Well, Gorilla, you just
Bill.
Well, Gorilla, you just turned the other cheek, okay?
That's right, Gorilla. You just got to turn the other cheek.
Hey, Bill.
Oh man, you guys.
Bill, how's it going? We still got about half an hour left of the movie. If you want to join along, Bill.
Yeah, we have to balance out the representation on the panel here. We need more Americans.
It's already.
We only got them outnumbered. We only have them outnumbered 3-2. We need a better ratio.
You know, I think we need some women on the panel too, because this is Sausage Fest, and we need some taco representation. I think. I'm sure, Gorilla, you'd agree with that too. You enjoy some taco representation, right? Gotta say, Sarah's like luscious taco material. Oh man, she just showered too. Okay, now I better shut up now. Oh baby.
Yeah, you should totally shut up and put your pants on.
I have my pants on. I have my pants on.
We know there's a sex scene coming
I have
up.
my pants on.
Then turn your microphone off if you're gonna sit there and be like
I,
bound.
I better not hear any thumping. I better not hear any thumping.
No, that sound was not acceptable either.
Yeah. Let's see. He says Arnold is here to clap you up.
I love this. How he killed Sarah Connor's mom. It's the same thing, and they reflect it back in Terminator 2. And it's like, how's Wolfie? Wolfie's just fine. Your mother is dead. Your stepmother is dead. Pasta pounds is whatever. They're dead. This is great. Do you guys know how to make plastique in a motel? I'll take that as a no. I don't. If anybody's listening.
That's okay. The Canadian government does not care if you're making stuff like that, only if you're saying bad words to certain minority groups.
Like Mormons?
Well, they have been burning a lot of churches down in Canada for years now. So yeah.
Mormons have? I thought that they were a minority.
And I will say this: I find it interesting how Tyrese is showing her how to make stuff to make buildings go boom boom.
Well, but they are trying to kill a robot from the future.
Please don't post. Oh well, I guess.
I'll delete it.
Suzanne's probably not here, but she's not going to like that picture because it gives her visual problems. So how'd your family day go there, Jill? You had a family day, I heard.
Jill's here?
Jill's here, yeah.
Where?
In the Cosme chat.
Oh, the Cosme chat.
At least she was. Now, damn, the whole thing's disappeared pretty much now.
It's been deleted. Anyway.
Girl deleted the whole damn thing. Oh, well.
Nuke the site for more.
Okay. I got to ask.
Really?
Sarah's.
Oh, here it is. Here she is.
Oh, good.
Hey,
Sarah's
Jill.
sitting next to.
Jill.
Sarah's sitting next to her future child.
No, that's her. No.
That is her future child.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
But it's
That
the
is
husband.
not.
It's the husband.
Father.
Yeah, the father of her child right there, Kyle Reese.
Yeah. Kyle was sent back by her future child.
Yeah.
He was sent back
not yet
knowing
born.
fully
Yeah.
who he was.
Okay, thank you for refreshing my memory. Yes, you're correct.
Of
Yeah,
course,
I haven't seen this movie in like 10 years.
Oh my.
Give me a break, guys.
Well, no, as long as we're with an expert.
yeah, and there is another fan theory saying how Sarah Carter may have been pregnant already, and Kyle Reese was just there to protect her, but she did not know it. There's a fan theory out there about it.
That only came up because of that horrible
Terminator
that
Genesis.
fourth movie they made. Not Genesis, but the one before.
Salvation.
The one with Christian Bale. Yeah,
Salvation.
Salvation.
So how many Terminator movies were there?
There's 7 in total. I think there is.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, something like that.
And Gorilla said tonight when I asked him that he's a completist, so we're gonna have to suffer through every single one of them.
I would say
I might be experiencing a technical difficulty. I can't hear the movie.
Check your Cosby's.
Yeah, Cosme's defaulting to mute. for some reason nowadays.
Yeah, Jill, can you hear? I don't know if you can hear me, Jill, but I'm not watching on Cosme because I was having horrible issues. I'm just gonna
Oh,
post.
I just refreshed and it works now.
I just
Yeah.
posted, Joe. I just posted in Cosme the link. I'm watching it on Watch Movie. Gorilla kindly gave it to me. It's
Don't worry
playing
about that. I got it working now.
Okay,
I
it's
just
playing.
refreshed.
Okay, it's
I'm not
playing.
I'm not
perfectly.
interested in the link. Thank you.
No. Okay. Well, sorry for my help. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I just wanted to save your breath, because
It's working
you're gonna be
beautifully
talking
here.
about, oh, I love watching it on this
I got
website. That's gonna give me lots of malware. I'm
It's
good without
perfect.
it.
Well, no, it's not malware. I'm fine. I would get a warning if it was because I do have some safety protocols on.
So, PvP, you could say you have protection.
Well, you don't want to go on the internet without any.
I'm joking, PvP.
No, I just got to say I do trust Gorilla's choices too because I've gone on many of the things he's recommended and I've never had an issue ever for the last year or two. So
Yeah, I think my representation here.
anyway, I just wanted to say it's playing perfectly here for me, but whatever floats your boat, I don't really care.
Yeah. There we go. We got our equal representation. All right. Yeah. Woo.
Just a man on a motorcycle with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Nothing unusual there in LA. Nothing at all.
People watching that.
You guys are getting too relaxed.
Well, that dog is making them more nervous now.
So I think
that's
we
a
know
good dog.
who John's father is.
Yes.
That's a good dog because he's a warning dog.
Oh yeah, no, dogs are very useful in the Terminator universe.
Yes, because dogs can sniff out anything unnatural. That's why.
Right.
Oh,
They're
shit.
super rad.
I still think this is John Carpenter type music.
Fair enough. Oh no!
Here we go.
Here we go. Machine guns.
Action,
Everyone's happy.
action. Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
I love this. This is great.
They should have ran over his motorcycle.
They should have. That would have really fucked them over, right?
It's just rude.
You know, we wouldn't have the sex scene.
But then we wouldn't have a chase scene. We got to have the chase scene
Because of
Yes,
the
we
movie.
did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's see,
people don't want to put butter on their popcorn if they don't get a chase scene, right?
Yeah. And Bert said Amelia Clark remembers from Genesis, not much more. And Cosby was what protected.
If they got a grenade.
I'm sorry.
PvP, they have a pipe boomstick, in other words.
Nice.
Here we go.
But this is also like, this is the exact same ending to Terminator 2.
Hey, is this the same tunnel they drove down in Blade Runner?
Yes. It's a very famous tunnel in Los Angeles.
That's right, the same tunnel.
Yeah, this was all done like guerrilla.
Son of a bitch. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
No, he missed.
He keeps missing.
He'll
You
never
can't
get
hit a motorcycle with pipe bombs.
He'll never get to play in the major leagues with pitching that bad.
Well, I think it's a very difficult proposition.
Oh, that hurts.
He don't know when to throw him.
I think his fuses are all wrong. He does actually. I think there is one where he shortens the fuse, but then the big one, like.
Ooh!
Now she has the nerve to strike the robot. Yes, she does. Good move, Sarah.
Oh.
Ow.
This
Well,
is
there
woke.
goes-
Why is the
Oh,
girl driving?
shit.
There goes
is
your
woke.
insurance rates, gotta say.
Shut up, Scotty.
Holy
I
shit.
will. She crashed the
that was easy.
car. This is why the girls can't drive.
Hey,
I said I shut
you're being ridiculous.
up. I am.
Didn't,
It's fun.
didn't Jill just ask
Okay.
somebody to shut up?
Yeah.
He
Let's
knows
go
why. He knows why. He likes to say things are
Oh
woke,
no,
but
he's
are not
gonna get
woke.
in my. Oh
I'll shut up. Everybody else will.
Oh,
no.
that
Promises,
had to
promises.
hurt.
Hey, I can keep my promises, Scotty.
I daren't not.
Yeah. Let's see. Skyber said already rude all of them on the Phantasmagorium show. Sure, you mentioned.
All my promises.
I would say that truck injured the machine right there. He's walking with a limp now.
Yeah, no, oh, and I love the battle damage that happens.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
get out of their truck too if that guy had a face like that.
Weirdest Santa Claus. Get out.
He doesn't
Also
have any
reusing
presence, though.
Terminator 2. Like I'm saying, sorry, Jill, what?
Run, you guys, run.
Yeah, but he's like busted. Like Kyle Reese is a broken man.
He is.
We started this movie when he took a 10-foot drop.
Well, he was shot in the kidney liver area.
Right.
This
Oh, I
guy,
love-
for being a cyborg killing machine, he's pretty shitty at his job.
Well, it is a slasher movie, so the villain does have to make some stupid mistakes for the heroes to win.
Yeah. Well, and I don't even think he makes stupid mistakes. I just think that the ingenuity and tenacity of the human characters make it so that the machine is just walking into damage because it figures that it's, indestructible.
And I do love the eye effect of the Terminator. It's like, here comes the demon after you. Run!
Also, I like that the final thing that kills Kyle, essentially. Oh, no. I like that he is basically incapacitated at this point in the movie. Like, he went into the dumpster. That giant truck of gasoline blew up.
Yeah, and that too was a miniature, was it not?
I don't know. I don't know the special effects details of this particular scene.
But he didn't get killed yet, did he?
Who?
The Terminator.
No, he did die. Okay, I thought he lived through that. Guess not.
Well, PvP, you'll see soon enough.
No. I'm not sure if he's done yet. I haven't seen this in so long. Because I know in the second movie, it takes a hell of a lot more than fire to finish him off.
It does.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but the heroes are low.
Okay, they're keeping it simple in the first one. Okay, I get it.
Yes.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you think the movie is over. We still have another 17 minutes.
Scotty, please, no spoilers, because I've seen this movie too. I know what happened, so try to keep it your spoilers to a minimum. Please,
That's
Scotty.
true. That's true. There
That's
should-
okay. PvP will forget in 5 minutes, and then there'll be a surprise again.
Yeah, no. I've had members going back to the 60s, so don't patronize me like that, please. Thank you.
Spoilers for the movie from 1984.
Thank you, Jill.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm watching episode 4.
I've been trying to keep my mouth shut and be quiet, but everybody else is yakking, so what the fuck?
Well, Kyle's still alive, barely.
He's limping. He's hurt.
Well, wouldn't you be hurt if you went through that shit, Scotty?
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it this far in the fucking game, yo.
Oh, look.
Okay. See? Told you.
Well,
I
you-
knew that wasn't the end of it.
Oh,
Well-
oh, did you?
And that's when it gets really cool because his exoskeleton, his flesh is burned off.
It's endoskeleton, but thanks for playing.
Oh,
No,
okay. Please correct me. Thank you.
I did. I had to. You used the incorrect prefix.
Jesus Christ, you're a buzzkill sometimes. You know that?
No,
stuff?
actually, that was it was a good addition, and he could have rolled with it. PvP. I mean, thank you for.
You could have just, you know.
So the exoskeleton. Tell me about it.
Hey,
getting
Jim.
the terms right. That's a good thing.
Well, that is
Hi, Jim.
that exoskeleton shit at the end here is like Ray Harryhausen stuff, right?
Hey, Jim, how's it
Absolutely,
going?
yeah. Stop motion.
All the stop motion, which I mean, I'm sure James Cameron must have been a fan of Ray Harryhausen's movies, right? So he must have known that putting this into the film would have been a cool addition. Because us fans that love Ray Harryhausen's movies totally recognize this when we saw the film, right?
That's so crazy. Seeing that cyborg coming through that's, oh my God. Yeah, of course it was inspired by Harryhausen techniques and probably by a couple of people who worked on Harryhausen teams, but that is so rad.
Harryhausen's, even though he's been dead many years, he's still the master of stop motion animation, right?
I like Phil Tippett.
and I will say this: this is where Sarah Connor develops some serious backbone skills too.
Yeah.
To get her soldier back up and running.
On your feet, soldier.
Yeah, this is really good shit.
But it also shows the romance. It's not I think that this is still a love story. I can't do this without you, kind of thing.
The demon from hell has returned.
I gotta say though, Harryhausen would have done this much better. Although a lot of this is really good, I gotta give it credit.
Well, and that's and some of it is like practical puppets that are only filmed from the waist up, and they're moving. It is puppetry to an extent as well. So it's
there's
not
a certain amount of practical. I agree, Scotty.
Well, but also stop motion animation is not practical.
Well, I don't know what it is. It's physical reality. So I consider stop motion to be practical effects.
I consider practical to be in camera.
I consider, well, it is in camera because when Harryhausen was doing his films, he would do like 25, 30 frames a second, and that was all practical in camera.
So, and that's, you know what, it's an interesting conversation.
It was all practical in camera, and he had to work his ass off.
But
to make a minute of fucking movie time, he could work for days.
It is editing magic, though. It isn't something that's on set. It's not something that the other actors can interact with. And I think
they did interact with it, though. You watched Jason the Argonauts.
But that was a special effect. That wasn't actual skeletons fighting with.
That was stop motion combined with live action.
Right.
That they combined.
Yeah, and I would consider that to be sort of an animated special effect.
But it was still practical. I
think that we're
that's true. Practical animation. Look.
Anyway, let's watch the rest of this because I'm just about ready to crash anyway.
Oh, can't wait.
Oh, that's gotta hurt for the robot, even though it can't feel pain.
Oh, but this is the thing. This is the best part. This is where Kyle sacrifices. Oh, I will beat the hell out of you with this pole. And it looks like he can do it. And then he does the thing that will hopefully destroy it.
The cyborg saw it.
Not soon enough. Not soon enough.
Now, is this the end of the movie?
No, not yet.
I was being sarcastic, Scotty.
Okay, sorry.
No, we have to do the last part where Sarah Connor has to go and do her taxes at the end of the year.
Oh,
worked so well because I was afraid of that cyborg. Right until the end. Right until it blew up.
Oh,
I
and now
do. I
it's,
do.
and now it's
I
injured.
have to say, I think Terminator 2's ending is more satisfying than this.
Yes, it is.
But that's just me. That's just me. Nobody
Well,
cares
the
about what
world
I
don't
think.
move.
Fuck, just let
I
alone
care
me.
what you think. I just wish you wouldn't think it so frequently.
Well,
But when you say it out loud, that it doesn't sound good.
I can say the same thing about you, Scotty, though.
Yeah, fair enough. A lot of people do.
Good night, Jim.
Night, Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
I didn't know Jim was here. Good night, Jim. Glad you popped in for a little
Said
bit
hi.
to our
And-
crazy
and-
madness here.
And Sarah
Yeah.
finds the sad truth right here.
Oh, that's not good.
The producer buries the lead actor so well.
This
Yes.
is so. I like that she does get an opportunity to say goodbye.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not the best thing to say goodbye to.
God damn things. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I didn't think this thing was dead yet.
Well, I would say this. I do sort of like it how now they're both injured. The assassin machine is more so, but her leg is injured and the robot has no legs.
He's got
Yes.
no torso below the waist, basically down.
Or as science likes to call it, legs.
But
There's no
you can still crawl around in your arms, I guess. Right?
Yes.
So-
That's what the Terminator is doing.
and that's
He's
what
missing a hand.
Sarah's trying to do the same thing, stay ahead of the rope.
Oh, but I love this.
Okay, there's a machine. Does she crush him in some machine or something? Or?
You'll soon find out,
Spoilers.
PvP.
I can't remember. I don't fucking know.
No,
I haven't
we
watched
know.
this movie in 10 years, for fuck's sake.
Well, do you want spoilers now, PvP, or do you not care?
Well, I don't think most people care about. I mean, it's a 24-year-old film or whatever. I don't think most people are too worried about spoilers.
All right. Well, then she smashes it with this.
So, I'll tell you. I'll
press.
be honest. If I haven't ever seen a film that's like 20 or 30 years old, and somebody wants to throw a couple spoilers, then I'm not going to want to crucify them or anything. Just saying.
Dun dun dun. Dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
cool. That's cool. Okay, I don't remember that at all.
Here comes the climax.
I
I
love,
love
it
how
when
she had to
starts
drag
dirty.
her legs.
Well, but
to
she
be
got
faster.
shrapnel in her legs.
Well, maybe she's injured.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm saying I like it. It's it added to the terror
It
of the
makes it more
situation.
dramatic, does it not? Like, seriously?
Jill, can you say the final line?
It's all about suspense, isn't it?
Jill, can you say you're terminated, fucker?
I knew he was getting crushed. God, that's one thing I did remember. Cool. Wow.
I'll take that as a no.
Well,
Or maybe.
She'll have her
well,
chance.
Well, she's waiting for her moment to say it. Like, you're
All right,
Terminator,
I'm sorry.
fucker.
We're waiting for Jill's moment to say it, but
All right.
Is she waving her mic?
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm here, but
He's
that was a
waiting.
request.
maybe
It was a
Jill
request.
just got tired of listening to us sausage fest idiots or something. I don't know. I'm glad Sarah survived, though.
Well, she had to. It was the entire
Well,
point
of
of the
course.
movie.
I'm still glad she survived okay.
All right.
Isn't it always good when the hero survives somehow?
Yes.
Oh, I like a movie when everybody just dies.
Yeah, I
Well,
like that too.
some movies are like that. I've seen movies where the hero does die, and it totally sucks crap, right? So,
I just watched the Poseidon Adventure for the first time today, and Gene Hackman dies.
was that fun? Was that fun?
It was
for
a
you?
great movie. What a ride.
Oh, this is good. This is good, though. This is good. I like this ending. This is good. Because she knows some people out in the desert. This is good.
He's stopping in for some gas.
How much is gas? Is that 48 cents a gallon or some fucking
40.
thing?
40.3
Well, if it's in
liters.
Mexico, it may not be
Good
American
God,
currency.
this must be the 80s.
Yeah, it's 40 pesos per liter. If that's what it says on the sign.
So
Yeah.
it's like a handshake and a food stamp or something, right?
That's racist.
It's not racist.
What? They had an economy that was beyond food stamps and
A lot of white people had food stamps. That's not racist.
All right. I was being facetious. I wasn't trying to make a fucking thing.
Well,
Well,
I'm used to you being facetious, so I'll forgive you, Scotty.
Yeah, and PvP, Scotty probably knows more intimate knowledge about food stamps and all that stuff.
He probably does, actually, because as a Canadian, I've never had to use them. But Scotty, you're Canadian too, so you have no knowledge of them, do you?
I have always traded stamps for things. So it's been, Subway sandwiches.
Okay.
Mail.
She's got a nice dog. She's got a nice dog there, doesn't she? That's a
I
pretty
know how to
cool
work
dog.
stamps. You guys think I don't know how to work stamps?
I know you lick them.
Well,
I know you're probably pretty good at knowing how to lick stuff, right, Scotty?
that's what the ladies tell me.
Well, I would say this. You guys probably do lick your queen once in a while.
No, she's dead.
She's still on your stamps.
Yeah,
I
because
thought
they
we
haven't
switched over to the king.
they
I
have-
thought
they
we
haven't
switched
had-
over to the king.
It seems like they haven't had the guts to put Charles on her money or anything yet. 'cause
Oh, no, I got a Chuck quarter.
you got to check. Well, fuck. Must be back east. Yeah, you're in Ontario.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
here.
center of Canada.
Out west here, it takes a while longer because we actually are not that connected to the monarchy. So
Takes a while for us to shovel you our garbage.
you know what? I will give the Chuck quarter the same respect I give any quarter, and I'll spend it as quickly as I can get it in my fucking pocket.
And a very open-ended movie here too, and that's what leads to
Love
Terminator
it.
2 right here.
There we
Well,
go.
and this is something I wonder if it's going to have the credit that says special thanks to Harlan Ellison.
Yes, it does have it,
And
and
that's
you know exactly why it has that credit, right?
It's because of a short story that James Cameron said that he ripped off.
No, it's because of an episode of The Outer Limits called Soldier that was almost identical to this movie.
Which was written by Harlan Ellison?
Yes, it was written by Harlan Ellison. I believe it was season 2 of The Outer Limits. It's a fabulous episode, by the way. I
Robert
highly
Culp.
recommend watching it. It's great, but it's basically about a soldier, just like the Terminator, who's fighting in a war. They ripped Harlan Ellison off badly. Yeah.
Well, it was
All right,
based
guys,
on two. Oh, sorry.
I do got to get going here, so we got to wrap this up here fairly quickly.
Wrap it up
All
like
right.
prom night, Gorilla.
Yeah, so thank you, Old Man Bird, for coming. Thank you, Scurvy. Thank you, Jims, for coming.
Thank you.
He has his occasional live stream of Star Trek fan films and puppy videos. So make sure to check him out. Thank you, Ed H1, for coming. Thank you, Outlaw Bill, for coming. He has his Wednesday and Saturday night karaoke's, his action theater, and his westerns on Sundays. Make sure to check him out. Thank you, Suzanne, for coming. And thank you to Drew Troy 4 for coming. He has arm wrestling videos on his channel.
Wow.
And I think that was everybody. So,
Sweet.
all right. So thank you, everybody, for being on the panel here. Let's start with you, Jill. What you got going on?
You're terminated, fucker.
Yeah.
So
That doesn't count because that's pretty tame compared to half the stuff we say on this
Come
channel.
on, you need to buy a lottery ticket, Gorilla. You know.
Nah, it's tame compared to what we usually say.
well, and
on
it
this
doesn't
channel.
count for the lottery ticket because it was a request for me to curse, and so it wasn't natural.
Yeah,
So
that makes
then-
sense.
That's not
Right?
cool.
So
Well,
on
it's totally
Tuesdays and
cool.
Fridays, I stream at 11.
Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
I stream at 11 a.m. Central Time on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays we talk about the Twilight Zone. Friday, you never know what we're going to talk about. This coming Friday is the weekend of 420, so we're going to talk about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's a movie that's been requested before, but I think it'd be fun to do it this Friday, so we're going to do that. Then on Saturday, I'm also going to have a shore leave because I like to have one monthly night, Saturday night shore leave. just for some fun.
Nice.
We're on
And
Saturday too.
yeah, we're on
Wow.
Saturday too.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's
It's
been
just
set up on my channel for a whole month. I'm surprised, it's even
I don't
news.
read the clock.
that sounds great. I've been missing so much, Jill, lately because my work schedule was so nuts that I'm sorry, Jill. I apologize. I
You don't
couldn't
have to
work.
worry about it.
I've been
You
working.
got life.
I've been
Life
working
is
on
life.
Fridays, so I just couldn't do it.
And
Right?
every once in a while, I also do a gaming stream on a Saturday. So look out for those. I'm working on getting the water chip and the
We're still.
Fallout. Yeah, we're still getting that. We're gonna get it. We'll get it
Yeah, I
soon.
know.
Okay.
I trust you.
I'm right at the entrance to the last place to go kill the things that I need. Anyway, thank you,
All right.
Gorilla, for allowing
Yeah.
me on.
Yeah, thank you. Scotty, what you got going on?
Well, on Wednesday, I'm on Cinema Gulp. If you want to go subscribe to them, you should. They've got a lot of content. A lot of it doesn't have me, so that's the best stuff. But yeah, we go live on Wednesday nights for Hump Day Happy Hour. I think we're going to be celebrating an actor who has recently passed away. And because it's 2025, that is a vague statement. And then also on Thursdays, on the Phantasmagorium, we're covering all of the Mission Impossible movies. We started a couple of weeks ago. I think we just finished 4, and I think we're going to 5 next, which is, we did Ghost Protocol, and now, what is that, Rogue Nation? Yes, Rogue Nation is next. And we're amping up for the new Mission Impossible movie. There are going to be some hiccups, but yeah, no. Phantasmagorium, Cinema Gulp, and Anti-Derivative Jill is where I am.
All right. Thank you. Sit there. What do you got going on?
All right. So to your panel members and chatters that know me, don't know me, Sci-Fi Sit Down, I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies, as well as other pop culture topics to see how well versed I am in them. I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show watch parties on Wednesdays, usually at 5:30 Pacific time, with my fellow co-host if he's available for it. Usually is, and I do my live streams usually on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I try to upload a new video on my main channel, Sci-Fi Sit Down, towards the end of the previous week or the beginning of next week. And I do cross streams with my fellow community members of Greta's Essential Thoughts and Resolute Germ. They are nice guys to do that. And I do have a secondary channel called All Towards Sorcerer Down. On that one, I cover Japanese anime or cartoons. And currently on that show, I'm doing the Overlord anime series. It's a dark fantasy with adult themes into it. So if any of you are into that, check it out. I do my live streams on my secondary channel for that on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time, usually right after Gorilla's Walton streams. And to all of us here, every new watch hour and watchmate encourages us to make more content for you guys, as well as helping make a few dollars off YouTube. And I'm sure or to PvP to give any new news he has on his channel or what's going on in his private, public life that he wants to share.
Oh, I forgot to ask you guys to buy me a She-Hulk.
Yeah. Thank you. PvP, what do you got going on?
The only thing I've been adding lately is I was really depressed the last week when I heard Clement Burke, the amazingly good drummer for Blondie, died at the age of 70 from cancer. And I think the guy was one of the greatest drummers that ever lived. I put him up there with the likes of Keith Moon and, John
Neil
Bonham
Peart.
and Neil Peart. He was amazing. Like, this guy could kick the shit out of those drums. But the thing is, he wasn't just crazy, powerful, energetic. He was controlled, right? He could be pounding those drums in a very energetic way, but it was precise. Every beat was precise with him. So he wasn't sloppy at all. And he stayed within the boundaries of what the song called for. And I think Clem Burke was one of the great drummers of all time. So I have started, I'm still in the private mode. I'm starting to add Blondie videos that I really love where he does a good performance. It's probably going to take a couple weeks before I make it public, but I just want to say that's what I'm working on my channel now, because
Nice.
It's always sad when you lose one of your heroes from your teenage years, isn't it? And Clint was.
Sure.
I loved Blondie back when I bought all their albums in the 70s and 80s. I loved Blondie. I still love Blondie. And to hear Clem, which I love as the drummer, passed away, it's like, well, we're
You're
losing
wavering, sir.
our heroes. We're losing our fucking
Yeah.
heroes. And it
All
bummed
right,
me out.
Jerome.
But that's about it. And I won't keep you. Nothing much else going on. So, go on to German, whoever.
Yeah, Jerome, what do you got going on?
This Saturday morning cartoons, doing the Hanna-Barbera 90s show SWAT Cats.
All right. As
And
for me,
there will be other videos popping up in the next week or two.
all righty. Thank you. As for me, Cigar Lounge on Tuesday, Serenity on Thursday, Walter's Review on Friday, then Terminator 2 next Thursday. So that everybody have a good night. Remember to be a gorilla.
Thanks to you,